Today, let us study the words of God together under the sermon titled, Those Whom God is With. God is always with us. Could there be anything more valuable in the world than this? On the other hand, if God says to someone, I have no part with you, that person will be the most unfortunate person in the world. In other words, all aspects of our life depend on the words of God. By remembering this, we have to make great efforts so that we can be the ones whom God is with. Long ago, Jacob, who is one of the forefathers of faith, had to run away to his uncle's house because of the wrath of his older brother Esau. Despite being in such a situation, God blessed Jacob greatly and allowed whatever Jacob did to become a blessing. Since we are unable to see God with our own eyes, we often forget about the existence of God. God fulfills all His promises according to the words He has given to us. God always instructs us, when you do this, you will be blessed. When you do that, you will be cursed. We must act in accordance with the very instructions that we have received from God. God clearly taught us that He will never fail to fulfill His promise once He has made it. Let us read the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 17. Because God wanted to make the unchanging nature of His purpose very clear to the heirs of what was promised. How did He confirm it? He confirmed it with an oath. In other words, there's not even one example throughout the entire Bible where God had broken a promise that He had made. How did He confirm and guarantee that what He had promised would be fulfilled? 100% without fail. Even for something to be guaranteed on this earth, people have to write out a contract and have it certified in order for it to be put into effect. God, however, gave us the best and most perfect guarantee above any other guarantee that can be made by certifying it with an oath. God gave us His word. Whatever I promise, I will carry it out and fulfill it according to my word without fail. Then, how can anyone enter heaven or be able to receive salvation without having any part with God? Let us all get closer to God so that we can always be with God. God taught us every single way that we can be blessed through. But sometimes, there are people who want to receive God's blessings without doing the work required to receive them. They say they want to receive blessings, but they don't have any intentions of getting closer to God. God made a promise with us, saying, when you do this or that, I will give you many blessings. As we all just read in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 17, God said that He would never change His promise, and He even confirmed it with an oath. God declared His holy will, that His promises are absolute and will surely be fulfilled. And He opened the way for all mankind to receive His blessings. Yet, there are still people who do not like partaking in the work by which they can receive blessings, even though they say they want to receive God's blessings. Are we supposed to do that? Since there are enormous blessings that God promised us, all of our actions, all of our thoughts, all of our behaviors, even our mindset, shouldn't they all be in alignment with the way to receive God's blessings? Thus, we must always stay close to God, stand by God's side, and always go towards God. We must absolutely have these characteristics in us. There are people who want to go to heaven, but do not want to do the things that lead them to heaven. There are people who want to receive God's blessing, but do not like to do the things necessary to receive those blessings. There are people who want to receive high positions in the kingdom of heaven, but do not like to follow God's will that guarantees the high positions through our obedience. What does the Bible say about the faith of these kinds of people? When we read the book of James chapter 2, it says, the faith not accompanied by action is what kind of faith? It is dead. This is God's sure promise. The eternal kingdom of heaven is drawing near. If we believe in the enormous blessings that God has prepared for us, we should do the work which will enable us to receive those blessings by absolutely believing in His promise. By this, I would like to conclude today's sermon. Thank you very much.